What is good? You know who I are? I are Germ, aka Reggie the Germ, aka Reggie Germ, and I'm here talking baseball. People don't fuck with baseball like that. I don't know why. There's something about baseball that people just forget, like, I don't know, it's boring, it's this, it's that. It ain't about boring, and this is a disciplined sport. It's a sport, it's a chess game. Certain things you gotta understand the pieces. If you don't understand the pieces and the moves they play, then you ain't gonna know and you ain't gonna be interested. Little things you gotta get interested in. Sometimes playing this sport takes a little bit of extras to really get into it. I don't front it on it. I don't front on it because I know it's good. But we're here doing this show right now. I'm doing this show being able to express myself as a baseball player, someone who enjoyed the game growing up. As you can see, my pops right here, René Herman, is a pitcher for the Chicago Cubs organization. Did what he had to do, made the obstacles, but faced some challenges along the way. But that's Papacito, the legend. That's what I'm rocking, the Chicago Cubs to represent what my man represented, And you can see throughout this, my brother, we out here, we play baseball, we did what we had to do to continue pushing ourselves with the dream, to build and finding that discipline, finding out what we're going to do out here. It's a big dream that we was living by. Some dreams take detours. Some things you learn from these dreams to be able to expand on other dreams that we are just building. But we learned a lot from this game. And I want to be able to speak on this game and the beauty it is, and also all the things in between that makes it a little dirty. You know what I mean? Right here, I wanted to show some love to my heroes, including my pops. You know what's up? My man Pedro Martinez, El Duro, El Grande. No one was like that on the mound. Little 5'9" guy coming in here throwing that cheese, el queso ahí caliente, picante, coming through like, what? I'm a little man. You know why they call him El Grande? Because when he stepped into the mound, it was like ready. He was there like ready to throw in that cheese. I don't care how big you look. I don't care what steroids you took. I'm taking you down. And that's what he did. That's why he's a Hall of Famer. That's why he's a representante de mi gente. You know what I mean? Pedro Martinez, El Grande. And yo, you know what's up? I gotta show some love to Lo Duro. Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire, the saviors of the game. They saved baseball in the mid to late 90s because of what they did with the home run race, being able to break Babe Ruth's record, Roger Maris' record. Like, these guys were just on something different. Maybe they were on something different, but imagínate. It was a different time, a different game, but things would happen. Regardless, they still had to swing back. They still had to make that move. Like, it's not just you could go and just get jacked and out of nowhere you just start hitting bombs. Nah, you got to know a whole level of the game. If you don't know a whole level of the game, then you ain't gonna make it. And if you make it, like, you gotta maintain and gain. And sometimes you do what you gotta do. My take on that is a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother story. But these guys saved baseball. They deserve to be someone nodded in the Hall of Fame. They deserve to be acknowledged. And in the times that we are right now, the climate of the baseball life right now, baseball community, things are a little shaky, but it's going in the right direction. Now, I want to get into Hall of Fame. Speaking of Hall of Fame, yesterday was the 2020 Hall of Fame for the National Baseball Hall of Fame right now. Now, think about that. Who knows about the Hall of Fame right now in baseball? I don't know. Do you? I do. I mean, I'm a fan. Not even that. I get all immersed into the statistics, who's here, who got it, who really about it. And sometimes you look at it like, nah, he ain't all that, he ain't all that. But the conversation is what's able to kind of put it out there of who was really about it, who's out there making that move. So it was good to see that. First and foremost, we got to congratulate the two inductees of this year's Hall of Fame, Derek Jeter, the New York great, the captain, and Larry Walker, the Montreal Expos, Colorado Rocky, brolic man, ready, full tool, full-time player, ready to make his move straight from Canada. Finally making it on his last ballot. So congratulations, Derek Jeter. You a GOAT. You didn't get the unanimous, and I'm a little glad. I know I sound like a hater, but imagínate, like, Ken Griffey didn't. Why should he, right? But that's a whole other thing. Mariano Rivera is the only unanimous Hall of Famer there is. Only one to receive 100% votes. Someone like Mariano carried the game well. Humble dude, brought some good energy, was about the game. And honestly, he was about the holy vibes too. So he got bendecido. Es una bendición. You know what I mean? He was always about keeping God in the forefront and everything he does and how he represents his life. So Mariano Rivera, congratulations, felicidades. Tú eres el número uno, tú eres el duro, until further notice. You know what I mean? See who else could join you. But Derek Jeter is not one of them. And regardless, he did have a very high percentage right behind Mariano. He is number 2, right? You know what I mean? So that's all good. That's all good, man. Some people say he deserved it. He was always an overrated player growing up. He wasn't number 1 shortstop growing up into the big leagues. It was A-Rod. A-Rod was number 1. I don't want to hear it. It was fucking A-Rod that was making the move. If it wasn't A-Rod, you had Nomar Garciaparra. That was a Mexican player who knew what he was doing. A Mexican-American player from Los Angeles. He knew what he was doing, had his own little style, a batting champion, was able to just be solid. Due to injuries, his career was cut short, and he didn't have a chance to be able to expand his career, which could have been a Hall of Fame career. Now, A-Rod could have been the greatest shortstop of all time, but because he went to the Yankees to be with Jeter, he stepped aside and gave him an opening. And that opening led to a few gold gloves that now he was able to have because A-Rod got a few gold gloves a few years before he started making that move to third base. Regardless, A-Rod is my man's. I'm hoping A-Rod could get the opportunity to become and join Jeter and Mariano in the Hall of Fame. But it's a process. He's going to have to go through what these guys went through. Hopefully with the whole Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens thing, they could kind of fix that up a little bit because it's on the incline. It's on the incline. You know what I mean? They're still doing their thing. Now, I want to take a little sip of my arena right now because, man's a little thirsty. But this is just, let's see. This is taking an L today. I want to go and take a sip for a few people that took an L. The first L taken today is going to be Curt Schilling. Curt Schilling, he was ready to be in the Hall of Fame. He got a few percentages. They showed the early ballot. It was like 70. You need over 75% of voters to be like, yeah, I want you in. He didn't get the amount of votes that he needs that's necessary for the requirement of the 75% to be able to be in the Hall of Fame. But guess what? He was cutting it close. He still got a few more years on the ballot. I think he's going to make it. This year, there was like, you know what? We still mad at you. Because he be talking a lot of shit. Curt Schilling be talking a lot of shit. He don't be, he says some crazy shit. He has some weird political views. Some things aren't agreeable. But hey, you can't just, penalize somebody because they're using their freedom of speech. Now, obviously, the character clause that they have, morality clause that they're working on in the Hall of Fame, it's really about, hey, man, if you ain't that nice of a guy, you might take away points no matter how nice you are in the game. So, this is an L that Curt Schilling is taking, but he should be in the Hall of Fame soon. It's a real home-cooked avena. Avena té. Mama Skiri, Grisela Herman, she cooks it up and she does it different. But that's one L right there. The other L is going to go to Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens and everybody else who not lost, but didn't get the votes. It's all good. It's only an L because you're not there yet. Time will come. Take a few more L's. Maybe those L's might turn into a W, and that might get you the nod to the Hall. So let's see what's good with that. Now, I want to get back to Larry Walker and Derek Jeter. Larry Walker, for example, was his last year. He could have been there a long time ago. They put a few things on him because he played baseball in Colorado. There's this whole thing about if you play baseball in Colorado, the balls will fly higher because the high altitude. And all this thing is like, you're not good anywhere else because everything you do is going to be tainted. No matter how great you do in Coors Field, you will never make it to the Hall of Fame. And I think that's just changed. I think Larry Walker finally was able to get to them like, yo, I may be hitting balls out here. I may be walling in this field, but I was a great away player. This guy used to hit away. If you hit at home, I'm not going to front. He hit 400 batting average. 400 batting average at home. Beastie. But guess what? He's batting 350 away. He batting 320 away. From the span of 97 to like 2002. You know what I mean? Like, he was like a consistent player no matter where he went. The only thing that was able to kind of like push away from was the fact that he got injured a few times. You know what I mean? And they say, oh, if you're in Colorado those years, sometimes injuries might catch up on you. But it doesn't matter, man. He was able to go and get over 200 stolen bases, 7 Gold Gloves, 3-time batting champion, and an MVP. He didn't make it to the playoffs like that. He's playing Colorado. But he held down his business and he did what he had to do. He also he played with the Montreal Expos, did his thing over there. It's his native country, Canada. So it was able to he was able to kind of bring that flair into the game, be where, representing his people. And on top of that, he went into where he needed to go to, which was the Hall of Fame. So congratulations, Larry Walker. You're very, very deserving of that. Don't let no one tell you otherwise. Anyways, who cares what they say now, right? You're there. Congratulations. Hold that down. And to Derek Jeter, hey, man, much respect to you. Much respect to you. Respect with the 2 in it, But, yo, you good. You didn't need unanimous. You don't care. You like, fuck it, right? But congratulations once again. I'm looking forward to just looking into what these next couple of years in the Hall of Fame ballot is. I want to be able to break down some of these things in these videos, talking about certain players who deserve to be nominated or who've been snubbed. There's a few players that aren't and don't even have that chance anymore. People back in the day, I look at certain statistics, I'm like, why isn't Kenny Lofton here? Why isn't Andres Galarraga here? Why isn't certain names? You'd be like, who the fuck are these guys? Well, if you know baseball, you know what's up. There's a lot of people right now, and I'm looking forward to kind of break these down. In my new videos, it's going to be a Hall of Fame campaign. It's going to kind of just break down through statistics, and not even that, through the characteristics, to the style, to the way that they present themselves. It's very Hall of Fame worthy, and I think that we could look into that. Now, I want to give a little shout out to those that didn't make it but are on a good incline. Shout out to Omar Vizquel, shortstop legend, 11-time Gold Glover. He's getting close, and I'm glad he's getting some recognition, because that's someone who's a wizard on the field, and I think that's someone who's able to have the longevity that he did, 20-plus years, 24 years, being able to play in shortstop, being able to play in these different teams and bring value. I think that shows a lot. Gary Sheffield, someone who's been linked to some steroid issues, some things in the past, but this is something that I think shouldn't be too much of a problem, looking into the what his career was, what he brought to the table. That's going to be one of the videos I'm going to be breaking down, because that Gary Sheffield swing is too fire. It's too different, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. And then soon enough, we're going to have people coming in from A-Rod to Big Papi, Beltre. I'm looking forward to what these next couple of years are heading to in regards to Hall of Fame. I think Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens will soon be enshrined by maybe next year or the year after. It depends. I think we're getting close to that. If not, let's see what's up. But we could break that down anytime. IR Germ, trying to make moves with baseball, bringing that baseball intel, trying to see what you know about it, so we can talk about it. You know what's up? This was great. I'm going to enjoy my avena te, and you enjoy the rest of your day.